Lesson 11 is about addition stories with missing add-ins. Now, you know what a missing add-in type of problem is as we're in your first two lessons. So what you did in those two lessons will help you understand this lesson. Now, before you start this lesson, make sure you have completed investigation 1 on number lines. You should always do the investigation. Let's just go ahead and do a practice problem here. This problem says that Ellie had 5 tadpoles. Mary gave her some more tadpoles. Now Ellie has 11 tadpoles. How many tadpoles did Mary give Ellie? So what we want to do is take these words and make a number sentence out of them. So let's just think about that. Ellie had 5 tadpoles. Mary gave her some more tadpoles. So let's add what Mary gave her, and we'll just say M for Mary's name plus M. That's our missing add-in. Now Ellie has 11. 5 plus M equals 11. Find the missing add-in. How many tadpoles did Mary give Ellie? Well, 5 plus what equals 11? Hopefully you know that 5 plus 6 equals 11, so it's pretty easy to tell that that is 6. Mary gave Ellie 6 tadpoles. Now, maybe you even knew the answer before we wrote that number sentence out, and that's good. If you could just read that problem and tell that the answer was 6, that's very good. But it's also very good to be able to write a number sentence out. That's called showing your work. Show a number sentence that relates to that problem. You need to be able to do that because sometimes the problems you won't be able to do quite so easily in your head. Let's go ahead and do another problem. This one says Travis had some shells. Then he found 12 more shells. Now he has 19 shells. How many shells did he have at first? Okay, so we're trying to find a missing number. What is this question asking? Anytime you look at a story problem, you should always think about that. What is this question asking about? What does it want me to find? How many shells did he have at first? So let's start out with Travis. He had some shells and he found 12 more. So that means he's adding to that original amount. We'll just put an F for first here. It doesn't matter what letter we use for the missing add-in. We could use A, B, C, D, F. We could use a word even. It doesn't matter. I'm just using F because it helps me remember what I'm trying to find here. How many shells did he have at first? At first, we don't know, but we know that he found 12 more and that the total was 19. So we can make a number sentence, F plus 12 equals 19. To find a missing add-in, you can always do subtraction, right? 19 minus 12, that would be 7. 7 plus 12 is 19. So at first he had 7, and we could even write the word shells next to it. 7 shells. So a lot of these problems, you can just look at them and tell what the answer is, but you need to show your work. You need to write out that number sentence. That's great. That's really, really good if you can just look at that problem and tell right away that the answer is 7. But there will be a time when these problems will be more complicated, so you need to have that skill of writing a number sentence out. Just take that extra 20 seconds or whatever it takes to write the number sentence out and then do the math. That's what story problems are about, is making a number sentence out of a word sentence or sentences. You'll have story problems for the rest of the mathematics that you do in school, so you might as well get started now doing them correctly. And it'll make it easier when you get to higher levels of math because you already know the process. Okay, well that's all for lesson 11.